I'm gonna do my best. I am under the weather. I'm tired. I'm fatigued. I just finished Monday Night Raw. We're gonna get right into it because there's a lot of good stuff that happened on this episode. I feel like I've been saying this a lot rather. I'm very happy to be in a place where I'm happy about the direction of the WWE in general. We're gonna talk about Roman Reigns and CM Punk's third promo battle. Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar, official for WrestleMania. Is the Bloodline back? Let's start at the end, where we always start, because the endings of these episodes have been tremendous.
At the end of the day, you're old. Oh!
CM Punk and Roman Reigns get into the middle of that ring. This was an interesting promo for a couple of reasons. It didn't do all the things that we were calling for them to do online. Roman Reigns didn't attack Larry, AJ, or anything of that nature. I think the reason for that is because CM Punk, Phil, to him, is trivial. It's a trivial matter. He does not take CM Punk seriously. And that's no different from the way that Roman Reigns has always been about his opponents. I think the only opponent that he's ever taken seriously was Seth Rollins because of all that history between those two. CM Punk and Roman have history for sure. At the end of the day, Roman Reigns looks at Phil like a has-been. And when he called him old, that's when CM Punk snapped. Roman Reigns did something that was brilliant. Better than going to the trivial high school back and forths about people's dead dads, dead dogs, and so on and so forth. Roman Reigns attacked CM Punk right where he's most sensitive, his pride, who people believe him to be. CM Punk is the type of person who does not like when people don't value him, when people think less of him than he thinks of himself. The best way to get under CM Punk's skin is to not take him seriously, right? Roman Reigns acknowledged that he's great on the mic. But when you're great on the mic, or you're a great talker, but the person who you're talking to does not care about anything that you have to say, it renders it ineffective. Let's look at tonight and the last time CM Punk and Roman Reigns got into the ring together. What did Punk snap about the last time that caused him to say the insult about Roman's father? Roman said, I'm going to send you down to NXT. I'm going to send you on a retirement tour. All these things just insinuating that CM Punk is past his prime, that he's on his way out. So when Roman calls him old tonight, CM Punk snaps physically, unlike the way he did last time, which was verbally. CM Punk is not liking this conversation about the fact that he is, in fact, near the end of his career. One of the big reasons why CM Punk is so offended by this is because if Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, gives any credence to that and then he beats Punk at Mania, what's the rest of CM Punk's opponents going to think? He's just an old guy. He ain't got it no more. That would drive CM Punk crazy. CM Punk, he can do all his little high school antics. Follow Roman to one side of the ring or to the other side of the ring or outside of the ring. It don't faze Roman Reigns, who earlier in the show kind of told you exactly that. When he's backstage with the Usos, he says, yeah, they can call me a part-timer all they want. I'm going to be a full-time father and a full-time husband. CM Punk is not thinking on the same level as Roman Reigns in terms of what's really important. It's not that wrestling and the WWE is not important to Roman. It's that he has something to point to that's more important than that. That is his North Star, his family, the Samoan dynasty. All of that is way more important to Roman than some wrestling match. He can't get into Roman's head. He looks at him like, man, you're a 45-plus-year-old child. You're immature. CM Punk can't handle that. And that is why what Roman Reigns did tonight is brilliant. Even by not retaliating after CM Punk hit him, he once again proves to CM Punk, hey, I'm above you. I don't deal in this childishness. What did CM Punk say tonight leading up to that? I'm surprised you didn't just come out here and hit me. That's because that's how CM Punk thinks. That's not how Roman Reigns thinks. So CM Punk lost this battle tonight. He did nothing to help his case. As a matter of fact, Roman Reigns is the person who's in CM Punk's head, as opposed to CM Punk being in Roman Reigns' head, which he continuously, CM Punk claims that he is. He says, I've already won. It doesn't look like it. CM Punk, you are on your back heel, sir. How are you going to handle it? How are you going to move forward? Knowing that what you say on the mic, your strongest asset at this point, cannot impact the person who you're going to main event WrestleMania. That is the story here. That is what CM Punk has to overcome. Roman Reigns, he just has to sit back back and continue to poke and prod and make CM Punk worry about the Samoan dynasty. Roman gave them the permission to go handle their business any way they see fit, except for on WrestleMania weekend, which tells me that Roman Reigns is not looking to employ any kind of bloodline rules. It's going to be one-on-one with zero interference because Roman Reigns doesn't think CM Punk could ever get it done against him. I, for one, thought it was brilliant. It was a brilliant piece of storytelling. It actually had me questioning, is this a work or a shoot? It's probably definitely a shoot, but it's brilliant because it even made me think that, ask that of myself. I want to know what you think about what I've said. Do you think that CM Punk is on his back heels? Do you think Roman Reigns is in CM Punk's head as opposed to the other way around? What did you see tonight when you watched this promo? So the first thing that we see during the show is Seth's ninjas attacking the dojo once again. He storms the dojo, the ring. He pulls off his mask immediately. He's still wearing the mask, which is high-key hilarious. I don't think I told you guys, but a couple weeks ago, I was like, yo, wouldn't it be hilarious if Seth Rollins just kept wearing the mask and we all knew it was him, but everybody's just like, Seth, we know it's you. Like, you don't have to keep unmasking yourself. Paul Heyman comes down to the ring disheveled. Paul Heyman is one of the most dedicated and committed performers in the WWE, and he's not even a wrestler. I've seen interviews where Paul Heyman talks about how he stays up all night to give a real effect to his drowsy eyes and everything. So if you thought that was makeup, it's not. That's really Paul Heyman committing himself to looking as tired and worn down as possible after having a terrible couple weeks. He comes down to the ring and he's like, F around and find out. F-A-F-O. F-A F5. Brock Lesnar comes out, which that was a dope intro, by the way. So Brock comes down, and here I am. I'm thinking, okay, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. It's not the Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar that we wanted, but hey, I mean, at least it'll be a good match. Brock confronts Seth's entire dojo full of ninjas, beats them down, gets in the ring. Seth and Brock are about to square off, and then the lights go out. The lights really only go out for two people. The Undertaker, he's retired, and Oba Femi in this era. Oba Femi's music starts, and I am going crazy. I wonder if I should start filming reactions, because that seems to be what a lot of wrestling content creators do. You can see the crowd is so excited because they're getting what we've all been asking for, which a lot of this WrestleMania seems to be. Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, Dom versus Finn, Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. We got a little bit of a tease of it at the Royal Rumble, and one thing I did not expect when Oba answers this challenge is for him to be physically dominant over Brock in this segment, the first segment of Oba accepting that official challenge. He beats him down, picks him up for the fall from grace, and then stands over him like a conquering king, the ruler, if you will, and points at that WrestleMania sign. And I gotta tell you, bro, if I had the money, I would have bought a ticket. I know I wouldn't, because I enjoy listening to the commentary, and being around 50,000 or more people does not sound like my idea of a fun time, especially with the, reputation of wrestling people of not wearing deodorant. I'm much more comfortable in my house. Oba has to go over at WrestleMania. It cannot be a situation where Brock reigns supreme and he just puts Oba down, because what does that do for Oba? Oba just ends up looking like chopped liver, like a chump. He already showed us that he can take out Brock. Almost nobody is able to run up on Brock at any given time and just put his ass down like that. And Oba was able to do it. So Oba should go over at WrestleMania. I cannot wait for this. I'm thinking it's going to be the match before the main event on either night 1 or night 2. If it was up to me, I would put it on night 1, because you get people who are excited about this in the door, and they might stay for the second day if they can afford it. They have been doing such a great job pushing these NXT talents, the most recent ones that they've called up. Oba is in a match with Brock Lesnar. Trick will be in a match with Sami Zayn. I don't know what they're going to be doing with Javon. It might be Javon versus Kofi, which is not bad. For me, I would prefer Javon versus Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not even saying Javon has to win. Him being in that match with Penta, they would both cook, just like Penta and Dragon Lee cooked tonight. What do you guys think? Are you excited for Oba versus Brock Lesnar? Did you like the physicality and how he just took out Brock Lesnar, came out, strut down to the ring, Oba, and then just put Brock on his ass? Did you like that? Let me know in the comments. But let's talk about Seth Rollins. He does come out with his Ninja Clan like we discussed, but it really felt like he put himself out of the way. We know he's not medically cleared to compete. So right now he's running around with a bunch of ninjas. Why? To just keep him in the public eye? He's not going to have a match with Brock. The rest of the division is busy with the Usos, so that kind of leaves Seth without a dance partner. You got LA Knight kind of left out in the wind too. So the only thing that kind of makes sense, just a little bit, is if somehow, some way, for whatever reason, I can't find a reason why, Seth and LA Knight tag team against the Usos, who LA Knight believes might be restarting the Bloodline, versus Division, which Seth wants to destroy. It's kind of like a triple threat tag team thing for the gold, but Seth don't want no damn tag team gold. Neither does LA Knight. So that is confusing to me. There's really no place for Seth or LA Knight, which is a crazy place to be heading into WrestleMania. Yo, is LA Knight going to end up in like some kind of battle royal? What do you make of it? Like, what do you think they're going to do with LA Knight? And what do you think they're going to do with Seth? Right now, he's just leading the League of Shadows, the Foot Clan, the Hand.
Roman Reigns getting a little bit cozy. What's going on with that?
It's just family business, Bruce. So mind your business, LA.
Now, one interesting development that came up during the course of the show was Roman coming back to Raw and joining up with the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. And the interesting through line through the episode is Roman, Jay, Jimmy all kind of chummy together. And it almost feels like the Usos and Roman are reuniting. As a matter of fact, Roman looked directly in the camera, told all the Samoans that they have the green light to go after CM Punk, just not on WrestleMania weekend where they'll be wrestling, right? And obviously he's the tribal chief, so he has every right to do that. But then we have a backstage segment with the Usos and Roman, just like back in the day. It just reminded me of old times, which really makes me feel like, is the Bloodline getting back together?